Hey, what's up you guys? This is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and today on a special snapshot edition of the Quick Draw, it's all about penetration and exploding when we take a look at the Opticor. So as many of you already know, I'm a huge fan of unique mechanics, so it's no surprise that once I got my hands on it, I straight away tossed 6 polarities on, and that's why it's taken me so long to get this out to you all. Frankly, the Opticor can be optimized several different ways, from a build specialized in area of effect damage to an almost sniper status single target burst. So I had to playtest and see exactly which I like better, penetration or explosions. Now you can pick up the Opticor's blueprints in the Energy Lab in your clan dojo, but only after you've finished research on the Lanka. However, if you're in no mood to wait, you can always pick it up in the market pre-built along with the catalyst for 225 plat. So the Opticor's base damage is heavily weighted in puncture with a small amount of impact and an even smaller amount of slashing. Now puncture damage is amazing when it comes to heavily armored targets. It's great against Grineer as well as the armored targets in the void. But as always, nothing will beat the appropriate elemental combo, so be sure to toss that in there for maximum damage. Okay, so the Opticor is a Corpus laser cannon that plays similarly to the Ogress, but does have some mechanics that are unique to itself. So after a slow and painful unmodded charge time, the Opticor does one of two things. If targeted at a single unit, it will deal a substantial chunk of damage. At half charge, it deals the second highest base weapon damage in game, while at full charge, it beats out the Ogress for the number 1 spot, dealing 1000 points of raw base damage. Now if you target the ground or any other structures, it will cause a radial blast from the point of impact, dealing damage to an area of effect. Just note that the targets further from the impact point will be dealt less damage. Now to be honest with you, the radial blast on this thing doesn't quite match up to that of the Penta or the Ogress. However, it is still quite good at cleaning out weaker targets. An interesting thing to note about the Opticor is while you do have to charge up each shot, it is a hit scan weapon, meaning that there is no delay when firing it off, so you won't need to lead targets, just point and shoot. In addition, the Opticor does sport a 15% status and crit chance, as well as a 2x crit multiplier. Now sadly, this does make it just a tad bit too low to consider modding for. However, it does make for a nice treat when it manages to crit on its own. It has a tolerable reload speed and an extremely large ammo pool considering that other explosive weapons have had their maximum greatly reduced. Now, as for the snapshot, I've added in 4 V slots and 2 dash slots. Aside from the standard base modifiers, by the way, heavy caliber totally doesn't bork this thing's accuracy, so use it. Multi-shot mods and elemental combos, I've added in a speed trigger, vial acceleration, and shred. Now, the main priority of this is to reduce its charge time and add punch through. With the addition of shred, your laser not only penetrates multiple enemies, but if it strikes terrain, it will also provide the same radial blast. Now, if you wanted to change it up a bit, you could toss a shred and add in Firestorm in order to increase its AoE range. This works great on enemies that cluster when they take cover. Or, if you're all about big numbers, you can substitute another damage mod in Shred's place to add an additional punch while sacrificing the punch through. Now, speaking of penetration, can we talk? So one of my favorite things about Warframe is the fact that once you know what you're doing, you can really mod a weapon to do things the way that you like. And that's what makes the Opticor so great. It's like the Burger King of Warframe weapons. You can have it your way. If you like it slow and hard, or if you need a little speed to get you to shoot, you can totally do it. If you want to take it straight to the head, prefer a little double penetration, or hell, if you just want to explode all over the furniture, the Opticor is ready to serve. And above all else, regardless of how you want to use it, it's got one massive ammo capacity that's gonna ensure that you can keep it shooting as long as you want it to. But that's enough of that, let's get back to the quick draw. So all in all, I'm pretty sure you all already know how I feel about the Opticor. While it's not an endgame weapon, it's definitely something that you'll be able to use well into late game. It's customizable, can deal a shit ton of damage, and it's shiny as fuck. However, while it does come with one innate V polarity, it's definitely going to need more Forma in order to get it optimized. And to be honest, I can't imagine using this without vial acceleration in order to speed up its charge time. Because that charge time, just like slow butt sex, hurts real bad. However, once you manage to speed it up and toss in a couple of damage mods, I can guarantee you will be impressed with the kind of shots you manage to unload. So thank you all for watching another episode of The Quick Draw. If you missed my Update 15 coverage, be sure to check out my video on Limbo as well as the Elytron Arcwing. Now, don't forget to do the thing that I ask you to do at the end of every one of these, and as always, stay tuned for more big shooters here at A Gay Guy Plays. How we managed to grow mustaches on the outside of our Warframes? I guess it's just another mystery for the Void.